And you know, part of the problem is we've had this stalled out boundary across southern Wisconsin. So a lot of rain and the stormy weather there, as Kevin was talking about, but not quite as much for the Northwoods locations. A lot of lightning with the storms that are firing up early this morning, but we certainly have some of that around. So enough to maybe stay indoors here while these pass through, although none of them are severe. Let's take a look at today's almanac. It's the first official day of spring and kind of a day that goes down in the history books. It's going to be a bit on the cool side, but winds will be light, so that's great news. And with all that sunshine, temperatures jump up about 10 degrees through the midpoint of the race.
Back out here live at mile marker 20. Right now, they're running into a bit of a breeze, the runners are.
Yeah, that's right. The wind is coming right at us here, just about due west right here in downtown Green Bay, but it's a nice day. In fact, as we take a look at our satellite and radar, most of the sprinkle activity is already diminishing. So showers showing some signs of weakening, but probably still some bouts of heavy rain here throughout Fond du Lac County and right over Lake Winnebago. So here we go into the early morning. This is where you'll see that potential rainfall. So just on the outlying northwestern areas.
Storms are in the forecast again tonight. As Rebecca Schuld explains, now's the time to have those extra security measures in place so you don't get caught off guard when storms strike at night.
Summer severe weather has been slow to start, but that quiet trend came crashing down Monday night with the state's first tornado outbreak of the season. In all, 6 tornadoes were confirmed Tuesday by the National Weather Service across southern Wisconsin. An all too eerie reminder of our last tornado outbreak here closer to home last August. If you're anywhere in that circular area that you see there, there's still substantial damage in those locations, and both storms dropped 6 separate tornadoes, and both events happened overnight, which brings an added danger for storms and for storm spotters.
We don't encourage people to go out spotting in the middle of the night. That is very unsafe for our volunteers, plus a lot of them work, you know, in the morning. So to get a storm spotter out there in the middle of the night is not easy.
It's difficult to know sometimes the severity until maybe the storm is right upon you, unless there's an amazing amount of lightning and you can really see a tornado amongst those lightning flashes.
Local emergency management directors in the Fox Valley work with the National Weather Service to alert people when dangerous storms are on the way. But folks also need to take responsibility for their own safety. Tonight I spent time with Jeff Last at the National Weather Service in Green Bay, talking about the best ways to stay safe and informed when it comes to severe weather, especially at night.
It's important that people don't rely only on outdoor sirens to get severe weather information. They need to have multiple ways to listen for severe weather warnings, including NOAA Weather Radio, their local TV and radio stations, so that they are ready for severe weather when the warnings are being issued for their local area.
And even when you're asleep, Storm Center 2 provides an extra safety blanket with our on-the-go app, alerting you the moment dangerous storms approach, even before they turn severe. With another round of overnight storms on the way, we're making sure you have plenty of ways to stay safe and enjoy the summer season. I'm meteorologist Rebecca Schuld. And that's getting you into March, but I did show you how much those temperatures come up, so we just have to stay positive a little while longer. I know it's really tough. Good try,
we'll be happy to see 33 at the end of March.
We'll be right back. Tornado warning, a Doppler indicated rotation, but these storms are really cooking to the northeast, in some cases as fast as 60, 65 miles per hour. They're packing winds. Features do include an area of high pressure just down to the south coming through the stretch. Could it be spring starting to hang around a little longer?
The turning point.
Heavier pocket of rain and probably a few embedded thunderstorms down to the south. All of this coming together and hitting our southern locations around daybreak tomorrow. So there's 7 o'clock, and you can see that we've got all precipitation types. At this point, we're still going to be in the 20s. So I would suspect there's going to be a little bit of the first month we've had since October where we averaged a monthly temperature above what's typical. So hopefully that trend will continue. We'll see more of those temperatures on the upswing. Right now, that's the kind of record I don't want to break.
I was going to say, I did a weather story today and I'm a little depressed. Tough gig you have these days.
Yes, it is. It's depressing. We have to live it and we have to hear about it.
Less than a week is left for the extreme furniture.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at Pinpoint Predictor's latest take on the snowfall numbers and let you know what to expect as this weekend wraps up. For now, we'll throw it back into the studio. There are some hints that we could be seeing maybe some quarter-size hail there, but again, it's not too substantial. After a break in the action, the rain is starting to redevelop down to the south. Still looking at a mix of rain and freezing rain with snow now just developing west of Antigo. That trend will continue and lead to some heavy snow to the north overnight. Very windy for all of northeastern Wisconsin. It is going to be a tough night for travel. Take a look at these temperatures. It's really interesting to note that even though places down to the south and west where there are thunderstorms, it's only in the mid-range 30s, and mid-range 30s really pretty common statewide. So temperatures are quite uniform. The center of this low pressure system still down across Iowa, and you can see that very heavy snow and all of the thunderstorm activity on the eastern side of that. And again, we've had some severe weather already ongoing for portions of Illinois. They've got severe thunderstorm warnings and watches, tornado watches. Right around the Springfield area, there is a tornado warning, a Doppler indicated rotation, but these storms are really cooking to the northeast, in some cases as fast as 60, 65 miles per hour. They're packing winds at times towards 60 miles per hour. There's hail, there's lightning. It's a very intense storm that will continue to provide a lot of this wet weather here. Now, I want to loop this over the last 6 hours so you can see that it does appear that there could be a little bit of weakening now with these systems, and I would suspect that as we continue into the night, we will lose some instability. But just to track it out for you, in fact, if we just were to take one cell and track it out about 50 miles per hour to the northeast, that's going to put it right through Fond du Lac here, right about our 5 o'clock broadcast for Maine weather. So stay tuned. George will have the latest updates then. But we'll continue to monitor these showers and these storms, the lightning over the last 2 hours. It is possible that some of at least our southern locations will be dealing with a little bit of thunder and lightning, in addition to what could be some very heavy rain at times. And again, that freezing mix coming in late tonight. Here it is 4 o'clock, and predictors got a great handle on it. So there's the heavy snow. This is more of just rain and maybe at times some freezing rain. So again, 4 o'clock. Now we'll take you into the first part of the night. This is when we're expecting that heavy snow right around 8, 9 o'clock up to the far north. And we will be looking at snow rates possibly 1 inch to 2 inches per hour there. And then for the rest of us, mostly rain and freezing rain, and again, early on could have a little bit of thunder in there. As we get towards the midnight hour, this is going to be transitioning to all snow as temperatures drop back below the freezing mark, and then as we get you through the rest of early Friday morning, it gradually starts to break apart as that low will then be lifting northwards across the upper peninsula, and it will continue to then shift away from the state. We'll get into a little bit of some late day sun tomorrow, but overall, again, we're really still on par for this 4 to 8 inches here up to the far north, and maybe just 1 inch or 2 of that spotty light snow. But the other issue, again, a little bit of ice accumulating not only on roads but on sidewalks, on tree limbs. So some of that could come down and cause some at least sporadic power outages. And then the winds, really the huge issue as we get into our night. You can see past the midnight hour when that advisory and that warning takes effect. We're going to have winds sustained up over 30 and even 40 miles per hour right towards the noon hour on your day tomorrow, and then they eventually subside into Friday evening. So again, late tonight and early tomorrow, travel is going to be very dangerous. We're going to be talking about the windy conditions and also some icing on the roads. Beyond that, we go back to the quiet, cold conditions. But again, for now, heavy snow is expected up to the north this evening. That rain mix elsewhere with those very gusty winds, 20 to 40 miles per hour. We drop back to the mid-range 20s. Into your day tomorrow, spotty snow showers, and again, through the first part of the day, maybe 1 inch or 2 of accumulation. Cold and windy. Notice those highs don't budge much at all, and early on wind gusts could be up towards 50 miles per hour. Beyond that, again, the snow will be wrapping up through the first part of your Saturday, maybe a few stray flurries on the first part of the weekend, I should say. And then it's very quiet beyond that and very cold. So we settle into that cold air mass once again, and we're going to be breaking some records on those sub-zero lows coming up.
Great.
Something to look forward to.
At least it's a record.
Yeah. Another week, and